Maraming salamat. Magsiupo na po tayo. Muna tayo sa isang aktibidades na pinamagatang picture out. Ang klase ay hahatiin ko lamang sa dalawang pangkat. Ito ang magsisilbing unang pangkat at pangalawang pangkat. Ang mga larawan ay inyong bibigyan kahulugan at ipaliwanag kung ano ang inyong nakikita sa larawan. Ang bawat grupo ay magsimula na sa pagbuo ng inyong pangangahulugan sa larawan. Ang unang pangkat ay ipresenta na ang inyong nagawa. Ito ang isa sa mga larawang naibigay sa unang pangkat, sa pangkat namin. Ito ay ang kaugalian at ang pananamit at ang kultura ng mga Chinese na kung saan pinagdiriwang nila ang kanilang Chinese New Year. At ang taon ito pinagdiriwang.
So, dito makikita natin yung mga tradisyonal na kasuotan ng taga-Japan na kung saan ito ay ginagamit ng mga kababaihan. Susunod. Ngayon naman, itong kasuotan na to ay nanggaling siya sa Malaysia. Kung saan ang mga kasuotan nila ay may mga malo, may mga dresses, at sa lalaki naman ay may malong din at itong parang yan na to. At sinusuot nila to ay tuwing may ginaganap na kasal. Ang pangalawang pangkat is ayon ba sa kanilang naging kasagutan? Bigyan sila ng tatlong bagsak. Ang para sa pangalawang pangkat, sino ang magpresenta?
Dito po, sa larawan na ito, makikita natin yung mga Hindu, mga Indian, Hinduism, na kung saan kanilangan namin yung mga katawan nila sa sarili nila sa may ubig, na kung saan ito yung paraan nila para maalis yung mga magas.
Ito, galing ko sa Korea ata, or sa mga Chinese, basta lang na. Tapos, pinapaano to, sinasagaw pa lang yung naman yung life na pinapanaypaan na dito is nilalakay nila yung mga fishes, kung ganyan, para matubatan.
Ito naman po sa litrato nito is mapapansin natin ang pagmamano niya sa lolo niya. So ito po ay bilang isang pagrespeto sa nakakatanda sa atin. Yan naman po, maraming salamat.
Ang pangkat isa ay pagsang-ayon ba sa kanilang naging kasagutan? Bigyan din sila ng tatlong bagsak. Base sa ating nagawang aktibidades, ano kaya ang ating magiging paksa?
Darmelin, maaari ka bang tumayo? Sa palagay ko po ang ating pagsantatalakay ngayong araw, ito ay patungkol sa multicultural. Maraming salamat, maaari. China, sa palagay ko po ang tatalakayin natin ngayong umaga ay tungkol sa multicultural and global literacy. Tumpak! So, sa araw na ito ay ating tatalakayin ang paksa multicultural at global literacy.
Bago tayo dumako sa ating talakayan, nais kong ipakilala ang aking sarili. Ako si Binibining Corpin Mary Jane, ang unang tagapagdaloy. Ang paksang ating tatalakayin ngayon ay tungkol sa multicultural and global literacy. Ano nga ba ang multicultural literacy? According to Broad 2008, It says that multicultural literacy consists the skills, ability to identify the creators of knowledge and interest. Ang sabi niya, ang multilingual na interest ay nabinubuo ng mga kasanayan, kakayahan upang matukoy ang lumikha ng karunungan, kaalaman kung gaano niya kagustuhan gawin ang isang bagay, paano pukawin ang kanyang kagustuhan sa pagkawili sa isang bagay. In addition, in Broad 2008 stated that multicultural literacy is bring us the attentions of diversity and equity to social justice and to foster cultural awareness by achieving difficult issues, example, discriminations. We all know that discriminations is very frequent. Ayon sa kanyang karagdagang kaalaman o impormasyon, ang multilingual na literacy ay tumutugon sa pagkakaiba, pagkakapantay sa mga katarungang panlipunan ng bawat isa. Ang pagkakaroon ng sapat na kaalaman ay kakapukaw karunungan, nagbibigay tayo ng mga posibleng mga paraan upang maresolba ang mga problema tulad na lamang sa paglaganap ng diskriminasyon tungkol sa ating mga pagkakaiba't iba sa kultura. Dahil din dito, ang edukasyon para sa multilingual na literacy ay nararapat na tulungan ang mga mag-aaral upang mapaunlad ang mga kaalaman, kasanayan at saloobin sa ika-21 o ika-21 siglo upang maihasa or mapahasa pa ang kanilang mga kaalaman at mga kasanayan sa makabago at modernong panahon.
Good day everyone, I am Marifel T. Kapundag. Today I'll be discussing two important concepts that shape how we understand the world, global literacy and interconnecting multicultural. First, let's talk about global literacy. So what is global literacy? Being globally literate means more than just knowing about other countries. It means understanding how the world interconnected. For example, if a student here in the Philippines learns about climate change, they should also explore how industrial population in other countries contribute to extreme weather conditions locally. This perspective allows students to see the bigger pictures and recognize their role as part of a global community. There are key issues in global literacy. First is the globalizations impact daily life from the food we eat to the clothes we wear, many of which come from different countries. Understanding this helps students appreciate their different economies and cultures. Second, racism and discrimination remains significant global issues. Educating students about historical and current injustice help them to become advocate for equality. Third is social justice, promoting human rights, ethical decision-making, and fairness on a global scales. For example, the Black Lives Matter movement in the US, the struggle of indigenous groups here in the Philippines, or the gender equality in some countries all highlight the need for more inclusive and just society. The importance of global literacy in education. Many jobs today involve working with people from different countries. Being globally literate helps students succeed in competitive, multicultural world. For example, a business student here in the Philippines learning about international trade should understand how global supply chain work, including how raw materials from Africa, manufacturing in China, and sales in Europe and here in the Philippines all connect. Schools should incorporate global case studies in lessons, ensuring students understand diverse perspectives. There are four characteristics of global citizens, or the Ministry of Education. First is the knowledge of humanity and the planet. This understanding different cultures, traditions, and global issues. Second, respect diversity, be inclusive of different races, religions, and genders. Number three, report sustainability, advocating for ethical and environmental friendly practices. Fourth, appreciate and respect the natural world, promoting ecological responsibilities. A global citizen is somehow who understands how their actions affect the world and take responsibility for making positive contributions. For example, a student participating tree plantings initiatives, reducing plastic waste, or supporting fair trade productions in practicing global citizenship. Global citizens also respect cultural diversity, ensuring that different customs and traditions are valued rather than discriminations against. Integrating multicultural education in classrooms. So here, multicultural education helps students be more beyond stereotypes and develop deeper understanding of different cultures. For example, instead of just studying Philippine history from a local viewpoint, students should also learn how colonizations impact other countries like India, South America, and Africa. The OECD Global Competence Framework. This framework helps students develop skills for global leaderships and participation.
Good day, everyone. Today I will explain global competence and how school promote it. First, let's define global competence. When you say global competence, it is the ability to understand and appreciate and exchange with people from different cultures, backgrounds, and perspectives. In today's interconnected world, global competence is essential because it helps us to recognize and respect cultural differences, to communicate effectively across the cultures, to think critically about the global issues, and to use technology responsibly in a global context, and lastly, to take action to make a positive impact. Now, this is the question. Why is global competence is important? With globalization and technology, we are more connected than ever. People from different countries collaborate in the businesses, schools, and social platforms. Being globally competent allows us to adapt, solve problems, and interact effectively with a diverse group. Now we will discuss how school promote global competence. The school play a major role in developing global competence among the students. First is the multicultural education. When you say multicultural education, school includes lessons on the different cultures, traditions, and perspectives in subjects like history, literature, and social studies. Second is intercultural communication. When you say intercultural communication, students engage in discussion, debates, and exchange programs to interact with people from different diverse. Critical thinking and problem solving. When you say critical thinking and problem solving, school teach students on how to analyze and address global issues like climate change. The next is the digital and media literacy. When you say digital and media literacy, school educate its student on how to use technology responsibly to connect and collaborate with others worldwide. The next is the language learning. When you say language learning, learning new languages helps students to communicate better and understand different cultures.
Need for global competence. Narito ang mga dahilan kung bakit kinakailangan ang global na kakayahan. Una, mapayapang pamumuhay sa multicultural na lipunan. Pinalakas nito ang kamalayan sa kultura, respeto sa pagkakaiba, at ang kakayahan mabuhay na may pagkakaisa. Pangalawa, tagumpay sa nagbabagong trabaho, pinapahusay ang komunikasyon at pakikitungo sa iba't ibang kultura na nagpapataas ng tsansa sa trabaho. Pangatlo, matalinong paggamit ng media. Tinuturuan ng mga kabataan na maging responsable sa paggamit ng social media at digital platforms. Pang-apat, pagtulong sa Sustainable Development of Goals. Hinuhubog ang mga mamayan na may malasakit na global na issue at aktibong lumalahok sa panlipunang usapan.
Let's talk about the dimension of global competence and their implications for education. We have four dimensions. First, dimension 1, to examine issues of local, global, and cultural significance. Dimension 2, understand and appreciate the perspective and worldviews of others. Dimension 3, engage in open, appropriate, and effective interaction across culture. Dimension 4, take action for collective well-being and sustainable development. These dimensions emphasize the ability to analyze issues from local, global, and cultural perspective. Second is the critical and reflective listening. They engage in active listening, considering different viewpoints and challenging their own assumptions. The third is we must need these higher order thinking skills, an individual at a matured level, to go beyond simply gathering information. In summary, this dimension encourage individuals to become active critical thinkers about the world by developing the skills to effectively utilize knowledge, listen critically, and form informed opinions. Individual can become more engaged and responsible global citizens.
I'll be discussing the second dimension. So, this dimension emphasizes the importance of global competence, where individuals are willing and capable of understanding different perspectives, behaviors, and beliefs from various cultures. It requires a person to reflect on their own assumptions while respecting and appreciating others' realities and emotions. This fosters cultural awareness and the ability to bridge difference by finding common ground while maintaining one's own cultural identity.
Now I will discuss an important aspect of global competence, engaging in an open, appropriate, and effective interaction across cultures. In our interconnected world, we interact with people from different cultural backgrounds. But how can we ensure that our communication is respectful and effective? That's where in this dimension of global competence comes in. Being globally competent means that we understand cultural norms and behaviors. Different cultures have unique ways of speaking, so we adapt to the different communication styles. Some cultures prefer direct communication while others are more indirect communication. Engage in a respectful dialogue. Even we disagree, we should listen, respect the differences.
Dimension 4, kumilos para sa kolektibong kagalingan at mapanatiling pag-unlad. Hindi sapat ang kaalaman, mahalaga rin ang pagkilos upang makatulong sa komunidad. Ang mga pandaigdigang mamamayan ay may pananabutang lumahok sa aktibidad tulad ng volunteer works, advocacy, campaign, at mga proyekto para sa ikabubuti ng lipunan.
OECD's Assessment Strategy for Global Competence. The PISA 2018 assessment by Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, aims to measure global competence among students. This is important because in today's interconnection world, young people need the skills and understand different cultures, address global challenges, and interact effectively with diverse communications. Assessment Strategy for Global Competence. The OECD designed a two-part of assessment to evaluate students' global competence. First is the cognitive test on global understanding. This test assesses students' ability to understand global issues, cultural differences, and perspectives. It involves their critical thinking and problem-solving skills and global context. Second is the questionnaire on awareness and attitudes. Students provide self-reported information on their awareness of global issues, cultural skills, and social attitudes. School and teachers also contribute information on their activities that promote global competences. Curriculum for global competence, knowledge, skills, attitude, and values. To help students develop global competence, the curriculum should focus on four key areas. First is culture and intercultural relations. Help students appreciate cultural diversity and different worldviews. Encourages understanding of how culture backgrounds shape behavior and beliefs. Two, social economic development and interdependence. So this teaches students about global economies and the interconnectedness of nations, encourages discussions on poverty, inequality, and economic growth. Third is environmental sustainability. Focus on climate changes, natural resource management, and sustainable development. Encourages students to think critically about how activities affect the planet. Fourth is global institutions, conflicts, and human rights. Covers topics like international organizations, political conflicts, and human rights issues. Encourages students to engage discussion on justice, fairness, and ethical responsibilities. To sum it up, the OECD's approach to global competence prepares students to navigate an increasingly interconnected world by focusing on understanding difficult cultures and addressing global challenges and developing social awareness. Students gain essential skills that will help them become responsible global citizens.
Skills to understand their world and to take action. Ang global competence ay kakayahang maunawaan ang mundo at kumilos ng may pananagtan gamit ang kritikal na pag-iisip, mabisang komunikasyon at pag-unawa panlipunan. Layunin sa edukasyon, magtakda ng malinaw na layunin sa pagtuturo ng mahahalagang pandaigdig issue. Sanayin ang mga guro upang sa malalim na paggalang at pag-unawa sa iba't ibang kultura. Hikayatin ang responsableng pagkatuto upang mahubog ang pagiging bukas at papanuri ng mga mag-aaral. Kahalagahan ng pandaigdigang kaalaman. Pag-unawa sa epekto ng global issues sa lokal at international na antas. Pagkilala sa pagkakaiba-iba ng kultura upang maiwasan ang diskriminasyon. Paglinang ng respeto at bukas na pag-iisip sa pagkikilahok sa pandaigdigang usapan. Sa ganitong paraan, nagiging handa tayong harapin ang mundo ng may kaalaman, respeto at responsibilidad.
Openness, respect for diversity to global-mindedness. Global competent behavior requires an attitude of openness towards people from other cultural backgrounds. Attitudes of rest aspects for cultural difference and attitudes of global-mindedness. Such as attitude can be fostered empathy through participatory and learner-centered teaching as well as through a curriculum characterized by a peer practice and an accommodating school climate for all students. Sa makatuwid, ang pagiging bukas, paggalang sa pagkakaiba't iba at pandaigdigang kaisipan, ang pag-uugaling may mga pandaigdigang kakayahan na pangangailangan ng pagiging bukas sa mga taong mula sa iba't ibang kultura. Paggalang sa pagkakaiba ng kultura at pandaigdigang kaisipan ay dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin sapagkat ito'y mahalaga upang maunawaan natin ng husto ang bawat isa. Sa tulong ng openness o palaging bukas, nagkakaroon tayo ng malawakang kaalaman at malawakang kaisipan upang sa mga panibagong kaalaman na ating mahuhubog dahil sa ating mga bagong natutuklasan base sa mga iba't ibang kultura ng bawat isa.
What is global understanding? When you say global understanding means using knowledge to find meaning and connection between different people, cultures, and ideas. Global understanding allows us to solve problems, work with people from different backgrounds. When you say global and intercultural integration means including global topics and cultural diversity in education. This helps students understand different cultures and how they connect with people from different backgrounds. For example, in the subject of history, students learn about different cultures and global events. In the subject of science, they study worldwide problems like climate change. By integrating these topics into the education, students develop critical thinking and respect for diversity.
Attitudes and values integration toward global competence. Integrating attitudes and values into education to cultivate global competence among students. This involves first, teaching specific subject on human rights and non-discrimination. Allocating time to topics such as equality, respect, and social justice helps students to understand and practice their values. This serves as an initial step in developing their ability to interact with diverse perspectives. Second, formal curriculum and classroom environment. Values taught not only through academic subjects but also through the way teachers and students interact. Teachers play a role in shaping students' disciplines, opinions, and behavior by creating supportive and respectful classroom. Third is recognizing schools' influence on students' values. Schools must acknowledge their rules, culture, and teaching methods shaping students' attitudes. Teachers need to be aware of their impact and ensure that their approach fostering inclusive and critical thinking. To sum it up, for students to become globally competent, they must learn values such as tolerance, respect, and fairness not just in the lessons but also in their everyday school experiences. Schools and teachers play a crucial role in embedding these values in both formal learning and classroom interactions.